Hello.
Yep.
How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Brian Sullivan?
That's great. Today on Deskpop, we're talking about Disney and Sony snapping Spider-Man out of existence, James Charles leaking a butt pic. That doesn't sound good. And Disney Plus announcements.
Okay, well, thanks for telling me what we're talking about, Brian.
Yeah. See you on the other side.
Bye. Or I guess see you later. Shit. This is Deskpop. Hey!
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going. It's pretty wet outside.
It is. It's very slippery outside. It's very moist.
Can you hear that waterfall we're recording next to?
I can.
Hopefully, in the audio recording, we can not hear this.
Yes. You can hear like the whizzing of
Just
boats
nice
going
crackle.
by.
Yeah, we're at Niagara Falls.
Yep.
You ever been here before, Andy?
All the time.
Oh.
This is where we always record. Just most of the time we turn the falls off before we start.
Yeah, we
record.
forgot to flip the switch. Damn it.
Yeah. It's just
Oh, man.
it's a big thing to go out
Yeah.
there and flip the switch, so we're not going to do it this time, but
Yeah, sorry, guys.
there's always room for improvement. Like what I've always said.
So, Andy, what are you up to?
I've been up to many things.
Yeah?
I
Up
started
to no good, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I started a Pinterest board
That's
of
nice.
I mean, I have many Pinterest boards covering a wide variety of subjects, but
Yeah.
this one in particular was going to be the new me, 2019 fall semester, new Andy,
That's good.
new wardrobe.
Yeah.
I started a new thing, and I went to the mall, and I just
So,
went crazy.
what are some hallmarks of the new Andy? What can people expect from this new, improved version of yourself?
Well, I'm glad that you asked. That's a very good question.
Yeah.
So I've moved on from my classic basketball shoes,
Okay.
ankle covering. I moved on from that. I stuck with classic Andy Vans, white Vans.
Okay.
As Dana says, that is a basic that kind of goes with everything.
Sure.
And then I also got navy Adidas that are my ankles are exposed. Oh shit.
God.
I'm kicking things from excitement, so that's new. I'm sticking with my tropical shirts.
Okay.
Keyboard tropical shirt.
I like that. Yeah, I didn't realize what that was until just now.
I also finally got comfortable with getting sweaters, so I got some sweaters ready for the fall. It's gonna be neat. I was very hesitant.
You got a 2-week window.
Yeah. Well, that's what I said last year, that it just didn't stop being cold. So I got that. I'm very excited.
That's good.
I'm very excited. I carried over things that I like, and I got some new stuff. So
Good.
That's what that's all about.
I like it.
I also made the full transition to medium-sized clothing. I used to be a schmedium, but I'm just like, fuck it. I'm all in on this medium business.
You got too thick.
Yeah, we're gonna
too many C's.
Yep. So medium.
Good. I like when people make a definite decision. You don't straddle the line there. You go all in on something.
Well, it's just I get small stuff and they fit perfectly, and then I wash them
Yeah.
and they shrink, and people are like, "No, you're washing it wrong." And it's just like, I'm not gonna change the way I wash things due to the material. That's not going to. So I just need to get a medium so it shrinks into a schmedium.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
I'm
proud of you.
What have you been up to, Brian?
Well, I recently resubscribed to the World of Warcraft, and let me tell you, it's been a time sink.
Okay.
Yesterday I played so much my eyes started to hurt, and then I thought that I was gonna die like a Korean StarCraft player. So,
okay.
Yeah, once I started that's kind of like it. I watched the second season of Mindhunter. I'm watching Haunting of Hill House.
Okay, that's on Amazon, correct?
No, it's Netflix.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Did you ever watch it or?
It was one of those things where everybody was talking about it, and they were like,
Yeah.
"You have to." It was like La La Land. Everyone's
Yeah.
been brainwashed into selling me the show,
Sure.
and it just kind of turned me off from it.
I
I'll
yeah.
start watching it soon.
That's kind of
I know it's good. People say
yeah.
it's good,
Yeah.
but I just need to get to it.
I hit my like sweet spot of time in between someone like telling me to watch it and my intrigue level, and so I was like, all right, let me start it. And pretty good. I enjoy it. I fell asleep to it last night, so I don't know where I am, but
Okay.
that's me.
Well, you're in the recording area and recording the podcast.
Whoa, what?
By the way, this is Deskpop.
This
We
is
never gave you a
Deskpop.
proper welcome, and I apologize on behalf of Brian for forgetting.
Well, whatever. This is the new Brian. Doesn't give a
It's a
shit.
new Andy, new Brian. It's kind of funny you complimented everyone's outfit last episode.
Yeah,
and now
fuck
I got
you.
I got new stuff. So
You're really fishing for a compliment.
yeah,
Huh?
I'm gonna get that compliment, Brian. I'm gonna get it.
We'll see. We'll see if Andy gets a compliment by the end of this episode.
All of the Halloween stores are open now, Brian.
Tell them what you texted me yesterday.
So Brian and I have a meme that we've been sharing, which consists of me wearing a Mickey Mouse Organization 13 cloak from Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
I've yet to do it, but it's fun to joke about. We'll see if I end up doing it this year.
If we can get 1,000 likes, Andy will wear King Mickey outfit.
You know, I didn't take a picture of it, but there was a Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora adult costume, and the hair on the guy, he like put gel in his hair or something on the box or the bag, and it looked so dumb.
Halloween wigs are always tragic.
It's really funny how it's not even close to Sora's hair at all.
It's just so interesting to me because you would think, I mean, there's a lot of different costumes, but you would think like the new ones that come out, they would have like a wig, like a proper wig stylist or something to make it look like, ensure it looks nice, like the package looks nice. Obviously, you may not be able to do that at home, but like this is what we were able to. Like, no, they just don't give a shit.
Halloween costumes are really weird because it's as if they deliberately make it shitty. So you have to get things customized or the deluxe version or something.
Yeah, they'll have a more premium option for you.
Like for the show that we did forever and a half ago, Wild Ducks, I got a Pee Wee Herman costume.
Yeah.
And it came with the tie, the shirt, half of a shirt that you tie around your back. And it's not even a button up, and so you could just pull it off.
Yeah, that's so funny.
At that point, why not just give me a shirt?
It probably cost more
because
to make that weird shirt thing that you had to tie in the back than it would be just to like wholesale like find white shirts or something.
Yeah, it's made out of the same materials and stuff.
You know what it is?
What?
It's a sizing thing, so they can make sure like it'll just fit.
Maybe. I mean, what if they're just really wide? That doesn't cover that wouldn't work.
It's not like, I'm not saying there's just like a one size fit all, but I'm saying there's probably like two or three different types of that shirt, that like sizes of it.
Sure.
You know? Shirt. So that way there's less like collar
make
stuff
less sizing
and like
and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It just seems so, all the costumes are so shitty, but back to the Kingdom Hearts thing.
Okay.
They have all these life-sized replica keyblades. Like, but it's not just the Kingdom Key anymore. They have 3 or 4 different ones. They have Oathkeeper.
Yeah.
This is just the chain one with the eyeball on it. And they have the one from Nightmare Before Christmas. Where it's like the candy cane and there's a pumpkin at the. It's so cool, and I was so close to just getting it just to have it. Yeah, because it was so neat, and I think I might go back and get it before this Halloween season is over.
Do it.
It's really neat.
Live your life, man.
Child Andy was just all sorts of excited. They didn't have that when I was a small one.
I'm having a flashback, so I need to tell you this right now.
Okay.
It's relevant to the Nightmare Before Christmas Kingdom Hearts world.
Sure.
back in my high school days, I went to anime. No,
Matsuri?
I went to Onicon.
Onicon.
Um, and the prompt, because Onicon was always around Halloween, the prompt for the cosplay was like the theme of the cosplay event was cosplay a character cosplaying another character.
Okay.
So I love stuff like that. I'm all in. But also I'm a high schooler. I'm not putting much time into an outfit. None of that. None of that biz. So the group I'm going with wants to cosplay people from Left 4 Dead. So I was Francis. I had tattoo sleeves. I think I just overall looked like a gay biker kind of.
Francis was the Vietnam vet.
No, that's Bill. Francis is the like biker dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Left 4 Dead 2 is the one I played the most, so I know all of them. Yeah.
Which I also cosplayed Ellis for something, but I don't know
Alice is the
why.
best.
Yeah, I don't know why. So I was cosplaying Francis. I had tattoo sleeves. I had really short hair. I didn't look like awful, but also it's just a dude with regular clothes. You know what I mean? It's not that hard to do.
You only look like him when you're with
the
other people.
Right,
And they're like,
right.
Left 4 Dead.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I'm with the Bill. I'm with Lewis and I forget the girl's name.
I hate Lewis.
Who's the girl? I was gonna say Claire, but it's not Claire. That's Resident Evil.
Yeah, I don't know who Claire. Lewis is the one who's like the scaredy cat, right?
Yeah, he's in like an
Yeah, I
office shirt.
freaking
Like
hate
he's like
him.
kind of an office dude. There's the
Yeah.
veteran, the biker, the office guy, and then the girl. Zoe?
Zoe.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Anyway, so I think, okay, great. I've got this idea. Now, how do I make him cosplay another character? So, my first thought was, well, when Sora goes to different worlds, he's like sometimes puts on like different things. I know on most of his outfit changes. And I don't know how this got into my brain or if I had just recently played this world in Kingdom Hearts. But I thought, oh, he has that little like pumpkin thing on top of his head.
Yeah, they had that at Party City.
And like vampire teeth or whatever, and like little bat wings or something. I'm like, oh, I'll fucking do that as Francis. So none of the other people in this cosplay group did that. So I just had a pumpkin thing on top of my head and vampire teeth as Francis.
Did people know what you were?
No, not even a bit.
Okay.
Nope.
Fun.
Yeah. That's it.
I remember when I went to Onicon's the one in Houston, correct?
I don't know if Onicon is
or Onicon is in Galveston and Anime Matsuri.
Onicon was in Houston. It was at the George R. Brown and stuff, and then it moved out to Galveston.
Okay, so I'm talking about Anime Matsuri then.
Yes.
I was Jughead, from Riverdale, and I was cosplaying as that, and Dana was a gender swapped Kylo Ren.
Yes.
And people, of course, they walk up to her and they're asking her to, can you take a picture with me? Can I take a picture? All that other stuff. And every once in a while, someone would feel bad because I was with her, so they'd ask to take my picture.
Yeah.
And no one could guess what I was.
You had like the beanie.
I had the
huh?
beanie. I had the jacket. I had the shirt. It's like I had I was trying for this cosplay.
Yeah.
And one person thought that I was a Star Wars character, and it was really awkward.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm Jughead. So
there are Darth Vader out of costume.
There were other people who knew who I was.
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah,
that was just awkward, and that made me think of that.
That's really funny.
Yeah, and that's my relevant story.
That's it.
To tag to that. So there you go. Now we have a pair.
And now we have a pair.
Speaking of pairs, I'm not mentioning the James Charles thing if that's what you thought.
I was trying to be funny and then I couldn't figure out something to be funny. So it just kind of ended my bit.
Oh, okay. Well, speaking of pairs, we lost a pair.
Oh no.
Spider-Man in the MCU.
Oh no.
Um,
Wow.
it seems all but confirmed, or no, it has been essentially confirmed that Spider-Man is no longer in the MCU. He's gone forever, never coming back.
These greedy fucking corporations
God hates us all.
won't stop bleeding Spider-Man dry.
The curse with Spider-Man 3 continues.
Yeah. That's the title of the third movie, actually.
And then Spider-Man Not Home.
Spider-Man is not home.
Spider-Man even further from home.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the current thing right now is Spider-Man 3 is still in production.
Yeah.
The screenwriters are still working on it.
They're slated for 2 more movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I all I think about is the MCU, Brian.
I know.
All
it's
I think
disappointing.
about. It's like my neutral state is me thinking about MCU stuff. So
yeah.
the last movie to come out was Far From Home.
Yeah.
So that's all I can think about as is. Now with this information, it's just they're not rebooting it.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep going. So like, how do you keep that going
Yeah.
while having it disconnected from the MCU?
Yeah.
Can you not?
I think the more disappointing part for me isn't Spider-Man story going forward. It's the like the MCU Avengers story moving forward is there's no Spider-Man. Like, you know what I mean? How do you explain that? Or
yeah,
are they just gonna like mention him like, oh, he's, you know what I mean? How does that work?
yeah. Can they even say his name legally?
I'm sure they can, because he was a part of the other movies. I mean, obviously, I don't know the contract.
Yeah,
but
I don't. That's my thing.
Like if they refer to back to other movies, I'm sure that's possible. But
yeah, because I was thinking about that with Spider-Man. Can he say Tony Stark and stuff since he was technically in Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yeah,
he was
I
in
don't
the first
know.
movie.
I don't know.
I don't know. Can they use Happy Hogan? I guess not. But he was in the other movie. I don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna make it really strange. But
And what about the movies, the characters that were made up specifically for the Spider-Man movies?
yeah,
Are they shared between them, or are they like strictly Sony characters now? Like, can Ned show up in the MCU? I don't know.
I would think that they are strictly Spider. Like if they appeared first in a Spider-Man movie,
I guess that makes sense.
then they would be a Spider-Man character.
That's just so weird to me, and I'm devastated, and I'm broken, and I have no idea that I'm broken.
Here's my hot take. I'm tired of hearing about it. I
It's-
know. I get it.
No. I get it
Yeah.
too. Because at first I heard about it, and I was like, you know what? They're gonna figure it out. I don't
Yeah.
care. And then it kept popping up on my phone, and then it was on Twitter and Facebook, and
It was just
everywhere, and Reddit,
everywhere
and
for days.
it was so annoying. And then I started caring again, and then I started getting into it, and then I stopped, and now I'm attached again. It's just, since it's always there, I keep getting sucked back in. Tom Holland released a statement on it though. Him and Zendaya both unfollowed the Sony social media stuff, which is like a big deal. Like, whoa. He was at D23 to advertise with Chris Pratt the Pixar Onward movie, and obviously with all the Spider-Man stuff going up, he walks out on stage and everyone just gives him like this crazy applause. He doesn't really say anything about it, but every time he opens up his mouth, the audience apparently goes crazy. And finally at the end of the panel talking about the Pixar movie, he grabs the mic and he's like, yeah, it's been a crazy week. I love you guys. You guys are great. That's all I could say. And that was it. And then later in an interview, he was like, I'm still going to be Spider-Man. It's going to be different. Or the experience is going to be different, but it's going to be great no matter what. You know, we're figuring it out. And then Kevin Feige was like, we made 5 great movies. We did what we wanted to do with it. Yeah. And it's just like, no, you fucking didn't, you piece of shit. You gave us the biggest cliffhanger of like cinematic history,
He's gonna wake up from a dream or something. You know what I mean? It's gonna be one of those moments where he's like, "Oh man, that was bad."
I feel like the MCU Spider-Man movies have always had multiple threads going on.
Yeah, yeah.
In this third movie, the only thread's gonna be like, oh, everyone knows that I'm Spider-Man, and hey, is this Venom? Wow,
Wow.
I'm so caught up in this, I'm not even gonna mention anything else that's happening. It's just gonna be a one thread thing. Either that, or they're gonna tease a Sinister Six thing the entire time.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I have two minds about this. One is I feel like Disney should have, before all this, outright tried to buy Spider-Man. I don't know what went on, but instead of coming to an arrangement in the beginning, I think they should have just tried to buy out the property. I don't know
hmm
what went down there, but I think that was their mistake, because now moving forward, uh, how much money Spider-Man Far From Home made, and it does not make sense for either company to l- make less money on it.
hmm
So people that are upset with corporations, sure, yeah, it sucks that they're fucking like, yeah, Disney makes so much fucking money they don't know what to do with it. So yeah, fuck off. But from a business standpoint, yeah, that movie's making a lot of money and you want to make more because of what you're doing for that movie, regardless of who's paying for production and
yeah,
everything like
they're
that.
like they made those Spider-Man movies, they
Right.
produced them.
Because I mean, Sony had how many chances and it didn't work out, and then you know what I mean. Now
hmm
it so, but on the flip side, this is now Sony's like biggest property, right?
hmm
So that makes, I mean, that makes even less sense for them to give it up. Why would they make less money when this is
Yeah.
their biggest cash cow at the moment? So
Well, apparently, so the story goes, 'cause, the original story was that Disney asked for 50%. So he said,
right,
no, that was that. But the real
right.
story, apparently, this is like the surface story, all these
Mm,
sources are coming from. So Disney was like, or Sony approaches Disney and was like, hey, things are going great right now. The contract's going to end soon. Let's keep this going. Let's incorporate Venom in the MCU. We're working on a bunch of stuff. Let's throw him
yeah,
in the MCU. Bring Kevin Feige over. Do what we've been doing with Spider-Man for this other stuff. It's going to be great. Don't even worry about it.
yeah,
And then Marvel was like, cool. But also, Feige didn't get a producer credit in the Spider-Man movies. And also, he's important and he's working on this stuff. So, like, if we're going to give you our resources, we want I think they asked for 25%
mm,
of they'd fund 25% of the movie, they get 25% back.
right.
And Sony was like, "Cool, no big deal, but we're not going to send a reply to this until 6 months from now."
Oh,
So
yeah,
they sat on it for 6 months, and I guess they were like it was a negotiation tactic or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Well, Disney gets impatient and they're like, "You know what? Now it's 50%. We want 50% now
Mm,
because you're taking forever and blah blah blah." And Sony's like, "Oh shit, but you said 25. Let's do 25." And they were like, "That's gone. Like the
mm,
best you'll get is 30% now." And Sony was like, "We wanted 25. That's it. We're done. No."
yeah,
And then Disney was like, "Fine," and they left the
yeah,
negotiating table. So that's apparently how it went.
yeah.
Regardless, it's stupid. I think that if Disney took 50%, that's less profit than how much money Venom made.
Sure.
However, Venom 2 and Venom 3 aren't guaranteed successes.
No.
People came to see Venom 2 because people wanted to see if it's like going to an air show and like, oh, is a plane gonna crash? Like, I gotta see this.
Mm,
That was kind of messed up. But people went to see Venom because I was like, I need to see
yeah.
if this is just like gonna crash and burn or not.
So now, given where things are, Tom Holland could technically appear in like Venom 2.
Yeah, apparently.
So that could be what they try and shoehorn in. Like,
I feel like Venom's going to be the bad guy in Spider-Man 3. I think that's
yeah.
going to be the direction they're going to take.
Mm,
But anyways, my ultimate point was Disney partnering with Sony to make Spider-Man, it's guaranteed success every time.
yeah.
So that's guaranteed money, whereas everything Sony does by themselves, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
Except with Spider-Verse 2. I feel like that's going to be
I mean, I think you're right. I think obviously, yes, it is
It's
a
not as
more
much, but
guaranteed
like
success, right? But I think
they can count on it.
it is a lot of just blunders and like kind of dropping the ball and like and now it's kind of like at this point, this is kind of what I mean. Like before this, yeah, it's like uh someone should have made a more like definite Disney should have just tried to buy that property
That is
or
correct. Yeah.
just to like, hey, we want this. Which I mean, obviously they probably, and now I'm thinking more hard about this, and they probably did try and do that because I'm sure their perfect solution wasn't okay. Sony retains it and we just use it. So I'm sure Sony did fight them for that initially, probably because they wanted to make like Into the Spider-Verse, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Uh, and so that was smart, but at this point it's just there's so many hands in like the pot of this property that
It's so weird. Just
someone's gonna disagree to something, someone's gonna get upset, it just
it kind of goes into what we were talking about though, because people were like obviously upset that Spider-Man's not in the MCU.
yeah
All the whole hashtag Save Spider-Man thing, and then you have all the white knights being like
Yeah.
Disney's a corporate monster and they
I
own
know, I
everything, and
hate that.
they can't own everything, and it's just like, yeah, I understand that fear,
Yeah,
but also Spider-Man is Marvel,
yeah,
and so
which is
it's kind of like
so
that
crazy to
weird
me, yeah.
exception to me of
Yeah,
Spider-Man. I don't consider Spider-Man an individual property.
Right,
That
right.
is like
I would agree with you. I
they
don't think
go
of it
together.
like that. Yeah,
If this was a different thing entirely, then whatever,
yeah.
I would agree. But
Does Sony have the X-Men too?
no, Fox
Who-
had the X-Men.
Fox has X-Men,
and they bought
okay.
Fox,
They
which
bought
is weird
Fox.
because they just completed the entire Marvel universe.
Yeah, and then yeah,
The debatedly, arguably the most iconic superhero
Yeah.
of all time is gone again.
yeah.
Fuck. But we also got some other news for Disney.
Yeah,
we
go
got,
ahead. Lay it on me, bud.
Obi-Wan Disney Plus show. Ewan McGregor. Ewan. Obi-Wan, the prequel Obi-Wan Kenobi's back. You got some footage for the Mandalorian. We got announcements for a Moon Knight show.
Yeah.
The What If series. We got Miss Marvel and
Yeah.
She-Hulk. What is
You've
Wow.
never heard of She-Hulk?
I've heard of it.
Oh.
I've heard of her, but like
she's a pretty prominent character.
I never in a million years would have thought that would be canon to the MCU.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't expecting that now. That was so weird to me.
So the only reason I can rationalize that, yeah, of course I would think it eventually would be canon, is the same way they add in Smash Brothers characters so that they try and find characters if it's a series like Metroid that can accompany, so it's not just one character.
Mhm.
So thinking like in terms of like Hulk or like something like that, like eventually they're going to look hard enough to find something to accompany that. I mean, given She-Hulk and Hulk are not like counterparts,
Yeah.
but she's named more for the likeness, I believe. But I kind of see it in that sense of like, I can see them bringing in characters that are related to all of the main Avengers and like, it eventually cycling through and having a new set of Avengers, and maybe,
Yeah, it's just I'm very much looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
Like, damn, does that? And I hope that Professor Hulk is a prominent character in said show, because I know that I think She-Hulk originally was Bruce Banner's cousin or something, and she got Gamma or something.
I don't know much about her. I just know she has a cool costume. Like her skin's green and her hair's green, and then she has like a white and purple costume.
I think, I don't know which comic it was, but I think she's also a lawyer in one of the main series.
She's always portrayed, I think, as very smart, and she's not known to be like Hulk in the sense that she like gets super strong and then gets dumb.
She's like Professor Hulk now, but gender swap.
Yeah.
And less, she has a normular. She has a normular physique.
Yeah.
She just looks like a very muscular.
She's just like kind of like a bodybuilder looking
woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm excited. We got so much stuff, and then we lost
I
Spider-Man.
know
It
we
makes me
lost
sad again.
Spider-Man.
So many things were announced, and
Yeah.
ah,
The more things I hear announced on Disney Plus, the less excited I am.
I'm excited. I'm trying to be super ignorant,
Yeah.
and whenever I'm like trying to dumb myself down, I'm excited. But whenever I start thinking about it, I'm like, they're gonna kill cable television.
Maybe.
Not maybe,
Hopefully.
they will. No, this is bad.
Why?
Because then streaming's going to become the new cable, because then we're going to have to pay more for streaming, and they're going to start throwing in commercials even if you are paying for it, and it's just going to be a big clusterfuck of
Yeah. I mean, eventually cable is gonna die.
that's true,
I
but
mean, a lot
this
of
is
them,
like the nail in the coffin. There's
yeah.
way too much stuff. Disney owns so much
Yeah.
that you can't continue to be a member of pop culture and not be
Disney
subscribed to this.
Disney can do whatever they want, and they will.
Yeah.
They will. You know what I mean? It's like they're gonna do whatever they want to do, and they probably won't need commercials in that sense. So that's
I hope
something
so.
that, right? I mean, like in terms of like other people, like Netflix could definitely
No,
use
I don't
that
know what's
money.
going to happen to Netflix.
Aren't they going bankrupt or something? Like they're just losing a lot of money.
I don't know anything about Netflix other than that Disney Plus is going to come out.
Well, and then people are going to drop their Netflix.
All the Stranger Things seasons in the world isn't going to fix. Yeah. That's I don't know.
I mean, I think that there still is a large pocket of society. I would rather be subscribed to Netflix than Disney Plus. Like just as a person, I like a lot of Disney stuff, but I don't want to consume nothing but Disney content all the time. That's
well,
not
Disney
me.
owns so much.
They do, but it still is not. It's not enough. It's they own a lot of things, yes, but I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I'm not the biggest, like, the only thing I could see is the Marvel stuff like drawing me in, but everything else is kind of like, yeah, I mean, I'll watch it if it's on, but I'm not gonna seek it out.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not gonna go watch old Disney movies. I'm not, like that's just not.
Well,
me.
I just think of like they're already starting to recycle through their Fox properties with like Home Alone, Cheaper by the Dozen, Night of the Museum.
Which none of that excites
They're
me.
making like shows of all of that, but I think at some point they're going to announce some sort of alien xenomorph predator type thing.
Yeah,
they're gonna throw it on Hulu because they own that too.
If there's more, and I think that's the thing. So that's the key. The key there is the things that Disney puts out that I would be more interested in are on Hulu.
Yeah,
and so that's why I probably will. I won't say I'll never subscribe to Disney Plus, but I might in the future subscribe, watch a show or something, and then
they
subscribe.
I forgot what their package was, but it was like I think $8 a month, and you get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN.
Yeah, I think it's like $6 if you just want
and it
the
was
Disney
just
Plus.
Like,
yeah.
Anyways, I'm so excited and terrified because just. Man, this is the downfall of. I mean, I haven't had cable in years, but I mean, this is really it. And there's going to be a paradigm shift.
Quick, everyone, call your cable provider. Get cable now.
They're gonna everyone. The money, it's just going to get more expensive.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm afraid of.
It will.
And then
hopefully, not in terms of like Disney, but hopefully, we'll find other solutions. We'll get better ad blocking. Well, like there'll always be some solution.
That reminds me, I got NordVPN.
Nice.
Finally got it.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you can't be tracked by the government.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. All that weird porn you look up.
Yeah, I can. It's safe now.
You can't get put on a list now.
Ha ha! Hee hee ho ho hee hee.
Oh man.
So there was the James Charles hacking happened.
Yeah, I didn't know about that till you just told me. So
all I know is there's a picture of James Charles's butt.
Oh no!
Out on the internet.
Just his butt?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's not exciting. He has videos where he's literally an assless chaps. Like,
yeah, it's a picture of him butt facing the mirror, and he's like turned around semi-seductively. And he takes it with his phone, and I mean it's like bad because he didn't want it online, and now it's online. But also like
it's always one of those.
The picture could have been way worse. There's no
there's
no I can't think of a clever, funny way to say penis, but there's no penis in there. So,
It's hard for me to believe though, given James like he knows how popular he is. And I mean obviously there's a lot of drama surrounding like him looking to date people and like you know what
yeah,
I mean. So but he's savvy enough to know uh let me rephrase this. It is
yeah.
hard for me to believe
Whoopi
that
Goldberg over
I
here.
know, yeah. Fuck him. He should never take nudes. No. Um, it's hard for me to believe that this is not some sort of calculated moment.
hmm
And that's kind of all I'll say about it because it's he's very savvy, and I believe that until you had just told me that it was a butt thing, I was like, oh no, like there's like a dick pic like floating around about James Charles. Like he probably doesn't
I
want
think the
that.
weirdest part about that, if it were a dick pic, is that he's 17, right?
No, he's like 19 or 20 now.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool. Never
he's an
mind.
adult.
Okay, I was about to be like, oh,
Yeah,
people are
no.
sharing underage
Yeah, let me look. He's
peen pic. Okay.
definitely an adult now.
Well, that's good.
Um
19? Is he 19? We were talking about this a few weeks ago.
let me see. But I mean, I here's the thing. It just would I like a butt picture of myself like floating around like permeating like the news like outlets? No. But like is a butt picture going to kill me? No.
Well, yeah, that I think that's kind of what I was saying. Where the
When
picture could
I
have been far worse,
when
but
I
it's
heard
still
nudes,
unfortunate that there was a
sure.
leak.
Sure. And I mean like everyone's not as comfortable and like, you
Yeah,
know, given what I've seen him like go to Coachella in though, like we've seen his ass. You know what I mean? Like that's
sure.
I like literally he has a video in like a thong and assless chaps and like
I just remember
just
I hopped on Twitter this morning and I was like, "What's new
yeah,
today?"
yeah.
And the first thing I saw was Ethan Klein from H3H3 mimicked the picture and
Oh.
posted that online. So that's what I got to see
Did
this
you see
morning.
you saw the photo?
Yeah, but there's a huge meme where the butt is covered with various things.
Okay.
Specifically the we need to save the Amazon rainforest because it's burning, and we're all talking about Spider-Man, which Spider-Man's important. And so is the
Hmm.
rainforest. Anyways, yeah, but I saw H3H3 and he made the same picture, and I got that one wasn't censored. Sadly, it was a lot. I respect the move, but also
So
thanks.
he did the same thing that what's her name?
She posted the picture and was like, "I'm taking my
Right.
nudes
He I
back."
just read the story. So he was hacked on Saturday and apparently his account like he posted a lot of like unsavory things and like then just now he got control of his account back, which is strange to me that it took so long.
H3H3.
No, James
Oh,
Charles.
okay.
Um and he basically to get ahead of someone leaking it posted it himself and
Okay.
said this is the only nude I've ever taken. You know, you can't blackmail me with it now. um I, you know, I don't know, good for him I guess. I
It's
just
weird. The whole thing is just
it's hard for me to really believe that it was like someone blackmailing him just because we've seen this before.
uh
And
and I know nothing about the celebrity. Like every celebrity that this
yeah,
happens to, I know nothing about.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I can't tell if they're the type who would lie about something
sure.
like that or if they really need that attention. I'm led to believe that James Charles doesn't really need that type of attention. Isn't he like super
Mm,
popular?
he is very popular, but I think he's also known for being able to. I think he also literally just had another controversy about like he's he he decide he what how do I phrase this? He considers himself like a vocalist, like a singer, and so he'll put out some sort of singing content every once in a while on his channels. Like
Is it bad?
not his normal makeup content. No, he's good.
Okay.
He goes to a vocal coach and stuff, but he there was this whole controversy that he copied an arrangement from some other people, and like that was pretty recent. And given his other drama, I can see doing something else, posting something else to get out of that like spotlight. like kind of not taking back your image or whatever, but like changing the narrative and changing the story to be like,
Yeah.
oh, I was hacked and I was a victim and now here's my ass and like I did this to get ahead of it and like this is the new story now, not me copying something, not me like, you know, whatever with
Yeah.
you know, like
That makes sense.
it's hard for me to believe that it's like a genuine like, oh no, like especially given the actual photo. Looking at the photo, like this is like meant for like all your followers to see. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Whatever, man. Whatever. Check the Instagram. I'm gonna post a picture of my ass.
Yeah, the Deskpop nude link.
Yeah.
Nude link. Yeah, it's a link to a website and it's just all the nudes.
Just nudes.
It's the nude.
It's our shared OnlyFans account.
Yeah. People kind of stopped talking about the Pro Jared thing.
Yeah.
And no, that's just not news anymore.
No.
I go to his YouTube channel every now and then just to see if he's posted anything. He's still there. And he's still there, but he doesn't post any. He hasn't posted anything since the thing happened. That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, we have officially been told that there will be a Lizzie McGuire follow-up season.
And you're still not subscribing to Disney Plus.
Nope.
Wow.
I think it's interesting though.
The premise: she's in her 30s, living in New York City. And that's all I know.
That's something I'll probably like watch illegally. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll use your VPN.
Yeah, I gotta get the VPN. That reminds me, I've started a master cut of all the Marvel movies.
Oh.
I'm editing them all together into a super movie. I'm gonna trim all the fat out of all the movies and make it as short as possible. It's gonna be great. And it's gonna be chronological. So you'll watch Captain America and then it's gonna cut to like this little kid getting abducted by aliens and you're like, who's that guy? And then Captain Marvel starts and you're like, whoa, what about this kid? Where did he go? And then a whole bunch of movies happen and then the kid grows up to be Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy and you're like, oh, that's the payoff. 6 hours later. Ah, yes.
Interesting.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That
was your compliment.
I'm a workaholic, and I decided that I was gonna take a break from all of my work and
just
do that.
Create another project for yourself.
And do that. Yeah, it was a nice just to take a break.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Just soaking in the moment. Just
just
really
soak it up.
Taking the time to really appreciate the
soak it up
podcast. Everything.
Another notable moment happened. The RuPaul's Drag Race UK queens were announced. So these are all like.
So there's a separate series for the UK.
This is the first season.
Is RuPaul still in charge of it?
RuPaul and Michelle Visage, the two judges from the regular Drag Race, are now doing this one, and they're joined by Graham Norton and someone else.
Graham Norton.
Basically, two people from the UK. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this isn't a.
It
just
not
sounds
a spin-off.
It just sounds like it's the actual show, but just in a different place.
It is.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the first season of the UK show.
UK.
Which I mean, that's typical for a lot of shows like America's Next Top Model. They have it in, obviously not America's, but they have it in other countries, and like America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent. Like there's a lot of shows like that that are syndicated for a local area to make their own show.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about this really other than
well, there's a video about all the queens. They're very interesting. The one I'm rooting for is Blue Hydrangea.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I feel like they got the best part of wrestling. And they just and they mixed
names
it with
and costumes.
They mixed it with what is it? America's Runway or the Runway?
Project Runway?
Project Runway, yeah.
America's Runway.
America's Runway. Project Runway.
Like planes.
I used to watch that a lot with my mom. That was a treadmill show. She would walk on the treadmill and watch that show, and since it was in a public space, that was what
That's what you were
little Andy
watching.
had to watch. It's like, all right, we're watching this.
Yeah.
We'd watch that, and we'd watch what is it? I'm forgetting the name of television shows. What the race, The Amazing Race,
The Race, America's Race.
The America's Race, Ooh. Oh no. Oh no.
I was just thinking of a race that only took place in the continental United States.
Yeah, that is right. Thinking of a race that takes place in the United States.
Laying down my sick rhymes.
Watch it from space.
Yeah. Well, I think we said all we can say this week.
Yeah, we're approaching the character limit. Soon we'll run out of words to